Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing you guys how to conduct a natural everyday look from start to finish. Now before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah. My bitch love Coco. Woo back baby, woo back baby.
Okay you guys, today I have my beautiful model here, and you can see for the most part she has good skin but slight discoloration and blemishes. So in her case, she doesn't need a lot of makeup, she just needs some coverage in certain areas. To start off, I'm going to use aloe shaving gel to give her a minimum eyebrow clean. This is just to get rid of unnecessary brow hair, and this will also make the eyebrow as sharp as possible. Now if you can't get your eyebrows waxed, the next best step is to get razor blades. It just makes the eyebrow fill-in process way more easier, and you won't have to worry about it being too thick. Next, I'm going to use my precision brow pencil. I really highly do recommend this pencil. I start by lining the bottom and top of her brow just so I can get her authentic brow shape and avoid going too big or too small. After this step, I'm going to slowly fill in her brow from the tail to the center. I'm not going to go to the top of her brow just so I can avoid having boxed out eyebrows, and so we can get that natural fade when it comes time for concealing. After filling it in, I use my spoolie to blend the center of the brow to the front just so I can get that nice crisp ombre fade. Now I'm just going to repeat this step on the other side. Please, always remember to take your time when you're doing your eyebrows, because honestly, your eyebrows make or break your look. If your eyebrows ain't it, the look ain't it. Now you don't have to be expensive like me. Any pro concealer will do when doing your eyebrows, but I just prefer Tarte because it also works as a good base for the eyeshadow. When concealing my brows, the specific technique I use is starting from the center of the brow to the tail, and then making my way up to the front and then bringing it back to the tail. This just makes the lines more straight, clean, and smooth overall. Now my model has a naturally high eyebrow arch, so I tilted her head back so I could see the symmetry between both brows. Now this is a good tip to use whenever you're doing your own brows. Now you want her face to be one solid color, so to do that I'm spreading the concealer over her eyelids, and then I'm blending it in with a sponge just so everything will be even. Now if you're liking this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Just like if you were doing the bottom of your brow, be sure to take your time and move slow and steadily. I make sure to spread the concealer upwards just so I can avoid the chances of getting harsh lines or flashback. So now I'm using, in fact, a lip liner from NYX just to make the beginning of the brow a little bit more natural. After finishing the brows, I use a soft velvet finishing powder from Black Opal in the shade Neutral Light, and I just use this just to prevent creasing and also just to make it look more clean and soft. Now moving on to foundation, I'll have to say Fit Me foundation does the job just fine. It provides dark coverage, light coverage, and most of all, it's cheap. Now she doesn't have much discoloration, so she doesn't need a lot of foundation. And let me tell you, a little foundation can go a long way. You do not have to throw a cake of foundation onto someone's face. This makes them look different. I can't stress it enough. I usually choose a foundation shade that is about 2 shades darker than when you come back with the concealer and you're highlighting under your eyes, it's gonna blend in. I pat the foundation just so it reaches everywhere on the face equally and also to avoid streaks. Ladies, and maybe some gents, please don't forget to blend in your foundation where your neck and your cheekbone meets, or else it's gonna look like you have a mask on. So make sure you're blending under your chin, even possibly behind your ears. I do think you guys should check out the NYX liquid liners. They dry super fast and they also help with precision and creating that sharp cut. Like if you want that Nicki Minaj liner, this is the type of liner you should get. Now I'm not really good with eyeliner, but this happened to come out real nice. So yes, okay auntie, just keep trying. And in due time, it should come natural. Now, some people might find it weird, but I actually don't like to use tweezers when I'm applying lashes. I like to use my fingers. It just makes it more easier to grip. But if you do use tweezers, I feel like that's a really cool skill because they're actually harder to use to me. I just love lashes. It just brings out the look. Okay, girl. Now, if you're on a budget, any pro concealer will work for highlighting after foundation, but I still prefer Tarte. The downside is it does dry pretty quick, so if you don't know how to blend properly, then I think you should start off with Pro Conceal. Now I'm using my NYX 43 concealer brush just to spread the concealer that I put on her under eyes. And I do this to make sure that everything is spread evenly. Ooh, I just love using this brush for blending, especially doing the eyebrows. It's so therapeutic. Now, many people usually forget to dampen their sponge, and for that, I just use my setting spray, and I find that it helps with blending, and it makes it more quicker to do. So like I said earlier, the Tarte concealer does dry quickly, so you might have to go back with your foundation brush and blend in the rest of that concealer. So ahead of time, before the nose contour, I go ahead and set the concealer with the Bakerie Flower Setting Powder in Cassava. I forgot the name of these contour sticks, but they're from Juvia's Place. Now my model has a baby face, pouty cheek, or whatever you'd like to call it. So what I do is I outline her cheekbone so I can bring it out more. The point is to give her more enhancement of her jawline, not to make her look more manlier, but to show that she has cheekbones. I try to limit my use of powder just so I can avoid flashback or it being cakey or she looking like a ghost if somebody turns on the flash. Now off camera, this is something we just decided to do to make it pop. So we just added white eyeliner on the waterline. Now I just picked up this powder palette from my beauty supply and it works well for all shades. I mean, I don't have a specific palette that I would recommend. As long as it gets the job done, then it's good. Flattening the brush is a good way to get all the powder from under your eye, just in case you don't have a smaller brush. Okay, so honestly, I just went in my mom's makeup basket and found this gradient palette and I just use it for blush. But I'm pretty sure anything will work. You can even use pink highlighter for your blush. So another product I use from Juvia's Place happens to be the loose highlighter. And I just find that with dark skins, it gives you that shimmer. It actually looks like a highlighter. It doesn't make them look ashy. And then it also shows up on people with fair skin, so maybe on the brighter side of the melanin table. The brown lip liner from NYX Cosmetics, and I apply it in a swaying motion just to avoid a harsh line when I apply the lip gloss. You're not really going for the 80s overlined lip look. Now I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea where that lip came from, but I just tapped it on very slightly because it does come out very bright. I got this cute clear rose petal gloss from For Her Cosmetics. You should really check her out on Instagram. And the final step, to set that makeup, girl, I'm just using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. And this is the completed look. A clean, natural, everyday makeup look. I hope you guys enjoy this look. Until next time, remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. Let me see some. Okay.